After revolutionizing photography with the world's first 400 ISO film, never stop. After digitizing to advanced X-ray technology, never stop. After developing the world's first digital camera or pioneering high-functioning film for LCD, never stop. After evolving film technologies to create porous yeast filters designed to stabilize the quality of beer, or using our antioxidant knowledge that prevents film from aging to help advance skincare, never stop. And we will never stop. We'll never stop advancing our industrial radiography with non-destructive testing systems to help in aeronautic and automotive safety. We'll never stop creating intelligent workplaces with AI-powered solutions. And in the future, when you see us continue building on our history of innovations designed to help doctors quickly diagnose diseases, or leveraging our nanotechnology drug delivery knowledge to help in the fight against cancer, or applying our scientific expertise to advance cell production to open up new possibilities in regenerative medicine, never stop. And we'll never stop improving the future by building on more than 80 years of experience. From our research, core technologies, and innovations to help create value for everyone. Never stop. Fujifilm, value from innovation.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming from all over the world to attend Fujikina 2019 Tokyo. I am Mai Mada. In this conference, two representatives from Fujifilm will make an opening speech and give presentations of products. Please look forward to meeting them. Now it's time to begin the Fujikina 2019 Tokyo. To begin, Chairman and CEO of Fujifilm Corporation, Shigetaka Komori, would like to say a few words.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the GFX launch event today. It has been 2 years since we announced the GFX system in Nijojo, Kyoto City back in January 2017. As we declared, past 2 years became a historical turning point of digital cameras. The industry shifted from DSLR to mirrorless completely, which will change the focus of digital camera business from compact camera to high-end mirrorless cameras ahead of the competition, and expanded with G-level system. During the past 2 years, Fujifilm digital camera business continued to grow at an average rate of 14% per year, while total market has declined by 10% per year. We attribute recent success to the technology and products, but also the strong support we received from everyone here today. Thank you very much. I would like to very much thank all of you. There are two outstanding features in Fujifilm digital cameras. First one is image processing technology, so-called memory color. The color that we remember in our mind is much more vivid than what we see in the natural world. This is what we call memory color, which always reminds people of the scene and emotion at that moment. Fujifilm is only the company that can reproduce the memory color because of 80 years know-how of photographic films and prints are incorporated into our image processing engine. Second, it world's leading optical technology, we can create 4K, 8K lenses which require extreme accuracy of the lens surface. This corresponds to the tolerance of less than 1 golf ball size in Kanto plane, the largest plane in Japan with 17 square kilometers of area that covers Tokyo for Tokyo and the 6 prefectures nearby. Currently, we are developing products under 2 systems which complement each other. X series offers the best balance between image quality and compact lightweight system. GFX series deliver the highest possible image quality with large format sensor. With large format sensor bigger than 35mm format by 70%. Unlike most other cameras manufacturers who are competing in the conventional 35mm format, we do not have the old legacy of past format lenses. So we are able to design our system freely, purely based on what's the best for our customers. I should not forget to mention unique design of our cameras, which won many of the world's renowned design awards. In addition to the elegant design, the feature as well as the ergonomic layout of buttons and dials for intuitive handling have been accepted extremely well in the market. Today we announce GFX 100. It is a mirrorless digital camera with the world's highest resolution of 102 megapixels. With a large format sensor, we achieve the ultimate image quality with rich tones and three-dimensional look and feel. In addition, GFX is a very practical camera in active shooting situations, equipped with very good autofocus capability and in-body image stabilization. Currently, the overall digital camera market is in decline, and we hear pessimistic views about the future of the industry. However, I would say the real reason the market is declining is the lack of truly innovative products. The desire to capture precious moments as beautiful as possible and preserve them as a legacy for future generations will not change. I believe we have potential to grow the digital camera market as long as we continue to introduce innovative products to fulfill such demand, which will never stop. Our commitment to innovation, GFX is a good example of it. Please look forward to our future digital cameras and development. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Now, Fujikina, General Manager of Optical Device and Electronic Imaging Products Division, will explain new products.
Welcome to Fujikina 2019 in Tokyo. And for many of you who visit the previous Fujikina, welcome back. 日本の皆様、ようこそお越しくださいました。本日はですね、ご覧の通り3分の2のお客様が海外のお客様ですので、 会長の顧問と同じように私は今日は英語で、スピーチをさせていただきます。ご容赦ください。For this side, Chinese speaking side, just two words, 你好 and 谢谢大家。So, in a relatively short history of web series, we had 3 Fujikina events in the past. The first Fujikina was back in 2016 when we introduced Explo 2. Then the year later, in Kyoto, 2017, we made a big announcement, first GFX product. Fujikina is not a venue, not only the venue, to announce the new products, but also we put our core customers and photographers together to access our latest innovation and share their experiences. At last, Fujikina in Tokyo, at the Mitsui Club, more than 2,000 Fujifilm fans gathered just for one night. So, this is the fourth Fujikina, what we are showing today. I think you already got the answer. If you look at this Tokyo logo a little closely, you're getting it. Yes, we are announcing GFX 100. This is a world first mirrorless camera exceeding 100 megapixels. Actually, 102 megapixels. It's quite a few number of pixels we're talking about. Why Fujifilm is introducing 100 megapixel cameras? Some might say 100 megapixel too much, or it's overshoot, overkill. Please don't get us wrong. We are not developing the technology just for the sake of technology itself. Our mission is to develop the camera to pursue the essence of photography. The essence of photography. What is it? So this is a word of Roland Barthes. Roland Barthes, who is a famous French thinker who wrote about photography in his book. That has been. There are millions of moments, historical moments, being photographed just before they disappeared. In those photos, they are recalled as that has been. The mission of photography is to preserve the precious things as that has been for the future. Preserve. Around us today, there are a lot of things we should preserve for the future. For example, there are a lot of beautiful landscape and endangered animals are disappearing by environmental destruction or global warming. They must be preserved. There are a lot of social events and sports events should be preserved. And people. For example, how many do you think there are more music concerts we can watch of old rock stars, Mick Jagger, Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney? How many more concerts they can do and we can watch? So nature's events and the people, we definitely need to preserve all those for the future. I'd like to show you one beautiful picture. So this beautiful picture was captured by GFX 100. But this is only one shot out of 120,000. It's because GFX 100 took entire those flowers' life by shooting every 10 seconds for entire 2 weeks. So 10,000, every 10,000, 14 days, end up over 120,000 images. For today, we made it 1 minute, the short time-lapse movie. Here you go. So flowers' life is much shorter than the human beings. It's about 3,000 times shorter. The 1 day for flower equals 7 to 10 days for human beings' life. So within 14 days, these flowers bloomed and peaked and started drying. We think it is like a human life. The young kids are growing, like flowers bloom, and they are getting old. How did you like? So there are so many precious moments of our life, in our life. They will never come back to us unless it is photographed. The photography is only the tool to preserve our precious moment for the future. If preserve is the essence of photography, what equipment should capture such precious moments? Simply say, we need a camera to capture by the best image quality, and GFX100 is a camera to preserve for the future. The GFX100 is real breaking through camera for outstanding image quality. So any traditional cameras, regardless SLR, mirrorless, full frame, medium format, cannot even approach to us. As listed here, so many new features that I can talk a lot about today, but please bear in mind, all those features are developed for three key things. Their image quality, mobility, and durability. These three key things. These are the features you absolutely need the camera to preserve for the future. So let's start having a look of image quality. The output quality of GFX100 is just stunning. Of course, its main driver is a brand new 102 megapixel CMOS sensor. Before I show you, I would like to relook at the sensor size. So this is a traditional 35mm sensor. So vertically 24mm, horizontally 36mm, and the diagonal is 43mm. This is a traditional 35. And everyone calls this sensor is a full. I still don't understand why we call this sensor is full. Full means enough. Full means it's no better, no further. Actually, there is a sensor which has 70% larger in the size. and 12mm longer diagonal. It is a GFX sensor. So 70% larger and longer diagonal. But we still call this sensor in the traditional way, medium format, as a day of traditional films. Now we are living in the modern digital age. We think we should rather call it differently. If you look at the movie industry, it is pretty common to call large format. And GFX 100 is a camera being capable of 4K movie. So, at this point, we think we can rename it large format. So from now on, we will communicate it by calling large format instead of medium. So new GFX 100 sensor is a brand new sensor. It's not just many megapixels put on the sensor. It's everything is new. So here you look at traditional sensors, the structure like this. In the middle, there is a metal wire link, typically made in aluminum, sandwiched between micro lens and photodiode. It's like this. Well, two innovations on the GFX sensor. The first is backside illuminated. By having this structure, the light reaches straight to the photodiode. We can collect the light much more effectively. So GFX 100 sensor is the world's first BSI sensor in large format. Second, we put copper wire instead of aluminum. The benefit of the copper is it's much faster. So about 6% faster than the aluminum. It helps reducing the noise and hasten the data transfer speed. GFX sensor is the world's first BSI and copper process sensor. It collects light effectively like this and transfer the data so quickly. So let's have a look how brilliant the image quality of GFX 100 can produce in real life. This picture was taken by GFX 100. So on this screen, it's pretty good, and it says more detail in the shadows, and dynamic range is pretty good. But actually, this is only a very small part of 100 megapixel. We cropped only 2 megapixel part, so it is only less than 2% of entire frame. Here's a real power of 102 megapixels. Yeah. Do you want to look back again? Yes, let's look back. It's 2%, 2 megapixel, 102 megapixels. So if you go up to the third floor of this gallery, there is a gallery, and we have an enlarged, beautifully printed print. So please have a look. You will feel even more incredible detail of the 102 megapixels. The more megapixels often means it's smaller individual pixel. Means sometimes you have to compromise high ISO setting, the noise. In case of GFX 100, no worry. Because of large sensor, large format, each individual pixel is still large enough to capture the light effectively. So GFX 100 can go up to over 100,000 ISO setting with a very acceptable noise. The other benefit of large format is dynamic range. With GFX 100, you can capture super wide dynamic range. You can see this kind of the very challenging backlit situations. You see the more detail in the shadow and the highlight. And we received many requests from photographers. So GX100 can output 16 bit. Okay? So GX100 is not just breaking through still cameras. It is really breaking through the movie camera as well. GX100 became the world's first 4K capable large format mirrorless camera. With GFX100, you can capture real film look cinemas. Clean detail by low noise, especially for the shadows, very rich dynamic range, and beautiful colors, especially for the skin tone. All thanks to large format. Let's have a look at a short movie clip. So you saw very little noise in the shadows, and a very smooth wide dynamic range, and beautiful skin tones. It's like a floating between the light and shadows. So we got the message from the director who filmed this movie, Mr. Enes, said this. The large format GFX will open new horizon of 4K digital cinema. Pretty exciting. GX100 has got an outstanding sensor, but please do not forget, you must collect pure light on the sensor first. Otherwise, 100 megapixel doesn't mean anything. So from the beginning, we launched GFX. We officially have mentioned the quality of our GF lenses are ready for 100 megapixels. They have been waiting for GFX100 arrived. They are designed sharp, minimum aberration, super high quality glasses. As Mr. Komori stated, we have a technology for 8K glass. This is a glass for 8K broadcasting lens. And he explained how accurate this surface is. So this is one golf ball on top of Kanto plain, which is 17,000 square kilometers. So incredible small tolerance on the surface accuracy. We have this technology for broadcasting cinema and fully incorporated to our GF lens and XF lenses. So only Fujinon GF lenses can collect and deliver the light to 100 megapixel. So let's move on to the mobility. To preserve the precious moment around you, you need mobility. If the camera is heavy, bulky, or works slowly, you cannot access to the subject, or you easily miss the decisive moment. Traditional medium format, large format cameras have been slow. However, GFX100 blew away such perception. So GFX100 is a camera designed to respond fast enough to capture your decisive moment. The speed of new processor will be maximized together with our latest image processor, X Processor 4. The performance of two device combination is incredible. So if anybody here just still say medium format, large format is slow. Please forget, it became the history by GX100. Focus, for example, is crazy fast. On the surface of GX100 sensor, as many as 3.78 million dots face detection pixels are located. This is the first time in large format cameras. It instantly captures the distance and focus like this. So autofocus as fast as 0.05 seconds. So would you believe medium format, large format cameras can do such a quick autofocus speed? And this 3.78 million dot phase detections are located entire sensor frame. So any point you can freely choose you like to focus. The latest face and eye detection technologies from XT3 and XT30 is fully incorporated into the GFX100. So it works like this. It is so easy, fast, and accurate. You can get pin-sharp image for eyes and faces. Face detection of GFX100 works perfectly even in low light or low contrast touch scenes. It can go up to -2 EV. You still get fast, accurate autofocus speed. Again, perception of medium format, large format cameras being slow. Now it's history. Once you touch GFX100, you feel completely different feeling. So this is a new horizon for large format, medium format cameras. We put the best viewfinder for GFX100 as well. So this is the typical electronic viewfinder panel, mostly used for regular mirrorless cameras today. I say this baby viewfinder panel. It's good for the lower resolution, but it's not good for the GFX100 megapixels. So we could upgrade it to the next level, 3.69 million dots, the EVF panel. This is a typical panel used for so-called high-end mirrorless cameras. So as a mirrorless compression for high-end model, these panels are used, but we don't think it's good for the 100 megapixel. Instead, we go even further. 5.76 million dots EVF panel you get for GFX100. You can see a lot of details in the viewfinder. And you can zoom and magnify up to 24 times. It will support to confirm the exact point you focus on. The refresh rate is also super fast. Maximum 86 frames per second. You can see. It is extremely smooth and supernatural. The real breaking through technology of GFX100 is in body stabilization, IRIS. GFX100 is the world's first large format camera with IRIS. It works 5 axes and up to 5.5 stops perfectly. When you shoot on the traditional medium cameras, you often needed tripod. GX100 changed that shooting style completely. This is 100 megapixel cameras, which you can shoot by hand. Okay? However, it was not easy job for our R&D team to have IRIS for this GFX100. Why is it so difficult? 2 reasons. First, this sensor is heavy. Compared to 35mm format sensor, the weight is almost twice as heavy as. Okay? but you still need to precisely control for this heavy stuff. That is difficult. And even more difficult thing is this is because 100 megapixels. To maintain that number of the resolution, the sensor is sitting here, light comes this way. So if you have got any small tilt, you start losing the resolution. Okay? So the tolerance for alignment of the sensor is 20 micrometers. What this means? If the sensor, the tilt over 20 micrometers, slightly you lose resolution. 20 micrometers, okay? For against 55 millimeter, which means 55,000 micrometers, which means the tolerance is 0.04%. So here's the IBIS unit. So our factory is assembling the sensor into this IBIS unit within this tolerance. Would you believe? This is a brilliant mechatronics engineering. Our R&D and the factory has done it. Very proud. So this is a large format camera which you can shoot by handheld. GFX is the first large format camera which you no longer need to tripod and sit down in the studio. Let's take a look how it works in the real shooting field. This is a picture. Zooming it. The keeps no blur. And GFX 100. Let's go to the even more challenging situations. How about shooting from the helicopter, which you get a lot of vibrations? How the IBIS works for GFX 100. It's a beautiful city landscape captured from the helicopter. A lot of vibration, as you imagine. Very sharp. You hardly find any blur at all. Next, GFX 100. The weight is only 1.3 kilograms. Light enough and fully stabilized. So, it can fly with drone. Let's capture motorbikes. Yes, it's amazing reach up. So after the image quality and mobility, so next thing I'd like to show you is how the camera reliable. As a camera to preserve for the future, the camera itself has to be reliable, durable. So nearly 100 important parts are sealed. It's whether the dust proof can perfectly work in a harsh condition, like at a very freezing field. So actually, GFX 100 has gone to the extreme place with professional photographers already. I introduced one interesting project with Australian photographer. The Lucas is a mountain photographer, and GFX 100 was brought by him to the top of Everest.
My name is Lucas Volkenbach. I'm a mountaineer cameraman and photographer. I'm sitting right next to our base camp of Mount Everest on the Chinese side. Now we try to summit. It's a very special project. Yeah, we had the idea to use the new GFX 100 medium format camera. Probably the first medium format camera to the summit of Everest. Conditions are very rough. Temperatures below minus 40 degrees Celsius. Strong winds, ice, snow. To take pictures, to shoot videos up there. A new standard on filmmaking and taking photographs on Everest. With a 100 MP, you get so much detail, and this is such a special place. You are only once in your life you're up there, and very few people come up there. So why not take the most out of it, the most detail of every picture? We hope we will have first pictures ready in the next 2 weeks to be ready for the launch event in Tokyo on the 23rd.
This was his message on 6th of May from the base camp just before I started driving. And what he said is GX100 is the first the big format cameras, large format, medium format cameras go with him. So once in your life you climb up the summit of Everest, you must capture most detail of every single picture. That's why he picked up GX100 for the summit. Yesterday we got a message from Lucas. Where is he? He's at 8,300 meters height. Towards the summit, he started today for final 550 meters. GX100 here, still working perfectly with him. So let's look forward his accomplishment and receiving a lot of images from top of Everest during this Fujikina show. GX100 is also designed to be operated very intuitively. So first, we put the new drive mode dial on the top. Here I have. So GX100 is very capable cameras, both still and movie. And you often switch the two modes, the still and the movie. But the menu and setting for still and the movie is completely different. So we put the direct drive mode dial on top. It immediately reflects on multi-function monitor on the other side. Here you go. So still shooting. So typically you set higher shutter speed 4000, ISO low 100, and barrier mode. And you switch for movie. You go for directly typical movie setting. Shutter speed lower, higher ISO, and eternal mode. It's instant, very convenient. This we call multi-function monitor. It's also customizable. So if you like digital dials, like here, you can set ISO setting, shutter speed, f-stop, and exposure control easily. Or you can show up the histogram. GX100 has got another monitor on here. Okay. So these rear sub monitors, it's convenient for the photographers who wants to minimize the information on the main screen. Instead, let's have the key information here. You can show up shooting information, color reproduction setting, exposure compensation, or histogram, very flexible. And of course, GFX100 has got dual SD card, no mistake. And underneath, dual battery slot here. Okay, with one charge, 2 batteries can support 800 shots. It's pretty strong. So, I covered 3 key things of GX100. Amazing image quality, incredible speed, and durability. All the specification is developed not for the sake of technology itself. They are all developed to capture the precise moment in the best image quality and preserve for the future. GX100 is a real breaking through large format camera. We start shipping GX100 before end of next month, and the price will be available just under 10,000 US dollar, excluding tax. Okay, so before I close, I would like you to stay a little more while. Let's turn the clock a little back. Everyone remember this camera? Yes, yes, you remember this upright design. 20 years ago, Fujifilm introduced FinePix 700. It was an epoch-making digital cameras. It was the world's first 1.5 megapixel cameras, consumer cameras in the world. I still remember the day, everyone said, wow, 1.5 megapixel, a lot. 20 years. This is my family picture I took in that year. Okay? And many more pictures from my photo album. So it's been my responsibility to preserve my family memories for the future. I could not 100 megapixel at that time. If I had, I could have preserved them in much better image quality, both in stills and the movies. Then I could enjoy the watching in the 4K TV setting, the sitting in my living room now, or I could go in large screens. 20 years have passed. We got GFX 100. It has 68 times more resolution. It can record 4K 30p movie instead of maybe VGA. And the beauty thing of this camera is not complicated. It's very straightforward, the camera. So even I could use without any problem. So this is a picture I shot on Mother's Day in this month. They got 20 years older. And both wear the necklace with each initial. I gifted. My daughter Moika has grown up and just started full-time working. And for Moika, and my wife, Jamie, gets aged, so do I. So GFX 100 captured so much detail of the necklace. I was very happy. This is the picture which I want to preserve for another 20 years at least, and I can confidently and proudly say GX 100. So this is a camera. Preserve precious moment for the future, forever and ever. I wish you GX 100 will capture many people's precious moment and preserve it from generation to generation. God is in detail. I recalled this famous phrase. GX100 was born with a mission to preserve for the future. And this is not camera for only professionals, but anybody who wants to preserve their precious moment in the highest possible image quality with much details for the future. Thank you very much for listening, and please enjoy Fujikina football. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ida. I believe the new product information has excited your interest. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all for the Fujikina 2019 Tokyo press conference. Thank you very much for your attention. 本日は最後までお付き合いいただきまして誠にありがとうございました。以上をもちまして、Fujikina 2019東京製品発表会は終了となります。On the third floor, photos taken with GFX series products are exhibited. And on the fourth floor, you can touch and try the new GFX products. 本会場3階ではギャラリー展示を、また4階では GFX 新製品のタッチ&トライを開催いたします。Once again, we appreciate all of your attendance from around the globe at Fujikina 2019 Tokyo. We hope your expectations and support for Fujifilm GFX products will further develop. Thank you very much. 今後とも富士フイルム GFX&X シリーズにご期待いただきまして、また皆様に育てていただきたいと思います。After this, media sessions are arranged to be held on the fourth floor. To avoid confusion, we kindly ask for your cooperation in moving in the order we announce. Those who are participating in the meeting starting at 3:10 p.m., please leave your seat first. Those who are not, please remain seated for a while. First, participants from America, Canada, and Asia, not including China, please go up to the fourth floor by elevator in the back of this hall. Those from Japan, please move to the left side of this hall. And the other participants, please kindly remain seated. When you leave your seat, please leave your interpretation receiver at your seat without taking them out. Thank you very much for your cooperation. この後は4階にてメディアセッションを開始いたします。順番にご案内いたしますので、スタッフがお声掛けしますので、しばらくお席でお待ちください。まずはじめに3時10分からのメディアセッションに参加される方よりご移動ください。日本の参加者の方は会場左側から、アメリカ、カナダ、中国以外のアジアからお越しの方は会場後方のエレベーターで4階までお上がりください。近くのスタッフがご案内をします。それに